It's Azza, and we are in Hungary for Tier 1, round 8 of our league this season. So yeah, like I said, this is Tier 1, and already we can definitely see it's going to be a wet qualifying. Yes. Oh, right. As you see, Bucky in the McLaren on an out lap. I do apologise. Just checking my audio for the stream, and of course I get an advert. So see if I can come across the line then. Right on board with the McLaren driver for now. DJ spun and hit the wall here. I don't know what happens, whether there was contact with F1ABEEZ, who's in front of him there, I do not know. But let's get lap data up for Bucky. Everyone's on the intermediates, of course. I remember my first ever league race for F1ABEEZ, I spun on that corner, I took too much curve and smashed it into the wall. I was in a qualifying session as well. Hopefully I don't do the same this week in Tier 3. Oh, and there's a spin! Oh, and that's Bucky out. Bucky has lost it. SAG plays behind, about to go on his lap. Past the DG now, who has invalidated his first out lap. His first in lap. Big crash there from McLaren. As DG missed a pit then, oof, just about gets in there. Does DG in a Ferrari? Obviously lost his front wing, so he has really struggled to get around there. Who have we got now coming in? Is it Hypes? Yes, it is Hypes. Here comes Hypes, a 126.695 is the fastest lap currently of this race. And Alfa Romeo Trizzy, 126.9, so it goes 3 tenths slower than Hypes. And now we have BRT Wolf coming across the line as a 127.5. And we have a spin. F1ABEEZ QWERTY there, I think. Just had a bit of a spin there. He sets a 131, and then Lewis sets a 134. And OG plays his teammate Kieran, puts it third fastest, a 127.1. OG plays Will could be coming up towards the finish line in a minute, so we'll stick with him. Oh. Maybe turning a little bit early there, but he's all on the power a little bit too early as well. But he manages to keep the car in a straight line. Looks to be quite slow. Might get into P5 or 6 with this one. Yeah, he gets into P5. And this is Pigs crossing the line now. Pigs is of course gonna... Oh, DG Rocker, what are you doing there, mate? Oh dear. Dr. Debula is still in the pits, and Hype sets another fastest lap of 1:26.638. Goes about 5/100ths faster than his previous time. So just another lap for him there. Of course, the intermediates don't really wear as much as soft compound tyres do. As you see, BRT Wolf, is he going to improve? No, he goes 1.6 seconds slower. Lewis, is he going to improve? Puts it second fastest, a 1:26.666 for Lewis Such there. Yes, so a very nice lap for Lewis, puts himself P2. OG plays his teammate Kieran, about to set a new lap now. How's Pigs getting on? He's about to come across the line, well, in short time, a bit of a sector 3 still to go. Is this OG plays in front of him? Yes it is. OG plays still a little bit off the pace, going to be matching his previous time. Oh no, he goes 7/10 faster, sorry, I do apologise. And Pigs goes across the line at 1:27.8, puts himself sixth fastest. And DG Rocker's thrown us out lap, which he has invalidated. He is now ready to set his first lap of this session. Is Hype's going for it again? No, he is not. He has validated this one. Trizzy, I think, might just be coming into the pits. Is he? No, he's not. He's getting ready for a new lap, which is what he is going to be doing now. Nice wide entrance and a cut in on the exit, as he now looks to get as much speed down that straight as he can, heading into turn 1. Oh, and Wolf just manages to keep it and hitting the wall on pit entry there. Oh, and Trizzy spun. Just saw that there as we hop on board with QWERTY now, looking to improve on that 1:31. Oh, is Trizzy gone again? No, he hasn't. He's letting. Oh, and Hypes has spun, is he? We're gonna go to QWERTY. We will be able to see as to whether what has happened with. Oh no, it's 2 or 3 crashes now. As you see. Oh yes, that is Hypes there, who has put it into the barrier. I think DG Rocker has done the same. DRS has now been enabled, which means there could possibly be a slightly drier spell. What has happened to DG Rocker? Can't see from here, but it is all green again anyway. 8 minutes still to go. And DRS has been enabled, which means, of course, the drivers will get that benefit, but that also normally means you can come out on softs, or at least mediums, to have a go on the softer compounds. So BRT Wolf comes out on the intermediates. It'd be an interesting strategy if anyone does go on to. Oh, and is there another spin there or something on the way there in sector 3? I do not know. Is anyone coming into box for softs? Oh, OG Plays is on the softs. He's noticed that it's that the DRS has been enabled, which normally means some drier conditions. There is still a bit of rain about though. Oh yes, and it's a bit touch and go there for QWERTY, but when we see OG Plays come out of that Red Bull pit box, we will definitely stick with him. As his teammate Kieran there crosses the line. Is Tom going to come out anytime soon? Darcy Wolf's still on his out lap. Both Alpines are still out. He's letting Trizzy go there. QWERTY is on a lap. He's a 10th down now. So he's going to try and maybe look to get a bit higher. Higgs is on the mediums, or is going to be on the mediums when he does eventually come out. He's just got those tyres on that car. As you can see there, you can just see below where it says Hypes on the Mercedes pit title there as you'd speak. You can see the mediums are on Pigs' car there. Of course, Hypes has DNF'd unfortunately, so that time might not be official. Everyone's going to come in now by the look of things to go on to a softer compound. Everyone's in other than Kieran. who is the last man out on track. As you'll probably see, he will probably come into the pits now as well. Yes, he will. Yep. And there's a car getting ready to come out, is there? No, it's not. Is everyone coming in? So Pigs is on the mediums here, so he wants to try. I don't know what the weather's like for the race, but he's going to go on the mediums to see if he can get into. He's going to try and set his lap on the mediums to stay on the mediums for the race. So he's going for the alternative strategy. Everyone else seems to be going on the softs. Yeah, interesting one. Of course, they've got to go for an out lap as well, so they've got to sort of go out about a minute or two, wasted there on the out lap. We're with Wolf now. Oh yeah, those softs seem to be alright there, didn't they? Still a little bit of water about on the lens and stuff. But look at that, that's absolutely fine for him. Trizzy's going out on the mediums as well. He's going to look to do a medium soft maybe. I don't know why Wolf was so far off the track there. I wonder if he is struggling a little bit perhaps to grip, but I don't think he is. I think he's just driving like his life depends on it. Maybe he wants to get a few laps in on those softs just to make sure. As Kieran comes out as well now. He is on the softs, so you've got 2 on the mediums and the rest are all on softs currently. Of course, Pigs is still in the pits, OG and QWERTY, and also Dr. Dev Euler. BRT Wolf now starts his lap on those softs. The time will be massive, absolutely massive. Sorry, press the wrong button. The time difference will be absolutely massive in terms of the intermediates versus the softs. The softs will be so much quicker, so long as you can get heat into them and get them working properly. Of course, as well as the difference between softs and mediums, there'll probably be a second, maybe, difference between the softs and the mediums as well. A couple are leaving it very, very late. Pigs is coming out now. OG Plays and QWERTY is still in the pits, as well as Lewis as well. No movement in those garages as of yet. But Pigs is out on the mediums. We'll tab back to Wolf, who is currently just about to finish sector 2. He is 6 seconds quicker already, and that will put him a 1:21 if he can keep his pace up. Yeah, 1:21, maybe a 1:20.8, something along those lines. Depending, obviously, he will get a big amount of oversteer there, a massive snap of it. Comes across the line just about, keeps it in tolerance there. 1:18. So I was miles off. 1:18. He managed to find 2 seconds in that last sector. So really, really good lap from BRT Wolf. We now go to Trizzy, who's on the mediums. He's 4 seconds up, 4.4 seconds, as you can see there in the top corner. There is a problem. Is it OG Plays? No, it's not. It's Kieran. No, he must not have had the problem in the end. He must have just run a little bit wide. And now Trizzy comes across the line. What's it going to be? A 1:18, a 1:19.1. So there was about 1.1 seconds between the softs and mediums there. Of course, there was 2 different drivers, so you can't exactly say that for sure. But we now go to Kieran, who's the only other one on a lap note. Kieran has run wide somewhere and was also invalidated. He won't have enough time to go in for a new set of tyres, unfortunately. Or he might look to try it, maybe. Is he going to give it a go? He's going to try, because of course those softs are now 1 lap old, so he will have lost a bit of wear on those. But as we see Pigs now coming round turn 2 there, or technically 3 if you can class that slight move to the right there on that little straight. That's always a very interesting corner. If you take too much curb, you can lose it. And this one as well, especially. I know that full well. The curbs are very, very aggressive here in Hungary. And can definitely chuck you about. So Trizzy is on an in-lap, I think. He's 2 seconds up as well, so this could be an incredible lap from Trizzy. 117? 116.4 from F1ABEEZ Trizzy. Absolutely brilliant from the Alfa Romeo driver. As we go to Dr. Davula, he is going to set a 116.1 on the softs. Of course, now those the track has got a lot better and a lot. Pigs goes third fastest. There's an Alpine coming involved now as well. I think that might be Lewis, but he might have been validated. But yeah, Pigs goes third fastest on the mediums. Trizzy is also on the mediums in P2. And Dr. Davula is in P1 on the soft, so 116.1. So only 3 tenths faster than Trizzy's lap time, which was 16.4. So a solid lap from Trizzy on the mediums. I think that was a purple sector 1 for the McLaren though, so this could be even faster once again. I think Trizzy is going to look to push. He's running low on fuel, that's the only issue. He will be next across the line though. Don't think his car will make it around. No, Trizzy is settling for P2 on those mediums. I would definitely agree with that one. Gonna quickly tap to Lewis's teammate, and Quay just gets out. Perfect timing from Quay. 5 seconds to get across that line and he's done it. Something's happened to Pigs. Oh, he's run out of fuel. Okie dokie. Absolutely brilliant timing for Quay. He will be the last person to set a lap. Lewis comes across the line, 7 seconds up. He puts it pole, a 115.4 on those 1 lap old softs. So he beats Dr. Davula's time. But here comes Pigs now. Oh, he's 9 seconds up. He will not go any faster. Kieran's on an out lap as well, which is a bit odd. So he will lose out and stay in P7, I believe. Lazy Plays is invalidated a 3 second faster time. That could have put him in about P5 or 4. But he's invalidated, unfortunately, so he will not get that lap time. He will stay in P8. Now, here is Quirty. He's 7 seconds up, just in sectors 1 and 2. If he can do what, who was it that did it? I think it might be Wolf. Gained about 2 seconds in the last sector, just because of that slow exiting corner there. Oh, he almost has the wall. Big adjustment from Quirty. Gonna be a 116, I think. 115.3 goes P1, pole position for Quirty by about 8 100ths of a second there. 6 100ths of a second. Do apologise. 6.1 hundredths of a second there. Does the Alpine driver go P1? Very good indeed. So of course, Bucky and we've still got 1 more lap, but it has been invalidated, and that was Pigs, a 116.4, which would have put him P3, but unfortunately he is invalidated, so he will not get that lap time. And I think that might be it. Oh, we're waiting for Kieran. Sorry, we're waiting for Kieran, but he has also invalidated. And that was 8 seconds faster. That would have put him in a great position. Put 119 there, maybe. But that is everyone. So that is the end of qualifying for Tier 1. Absolutely perfect from Quirty, by the way. Absolutely amazing drive from him in quali there. Great timing with the lap. Basically, he managed to time the outlap perfectly so that he was the last person on track. Just managed to get across the line by 5 seconds. Brilliant. So there we are then. That is the rundown for the grid. Of course, the people that are on intermediates will get a free choice if the race stays dry. Just currently waiting on some players. "17 seconds and we'll be underway here." Here we go then. And that is the formation lap underway. My data times have been moved. We'll follow QWERTY for his out lap. For his formation lap, should I say. There's your predicted pit stop strategy. Medium's hard, soft, medium, medium. But realistically, it doesn't need a 2-stop. I really don't think it does. Softs to maybe lap 11, and then from lap 11, try and get a set of mediums to go to the end. As you see, ABEEZ has stepped off a little bit here. And the 2 Alpines, it is an Alpine 1-2. Which for the constructors, for everyone else, the overall constructors, is not what we want to see, to be honest. But great work from these two. Track position is crucial around the Hungary ring. Very, very crucial. And that is why some of the drivers that are on the mediums have got quite a good position for this race in terms of strategy, but of course they need to make sure those mediums stay strong enough for when they have to try and stop any undercut from the soft runners. But here we go then. Five red lights, and away we go. Good start from both the Alpine drivers. They are well away from the rest of the field. And here they all come then into turn 1. Really clean through there. Some major changes though in terms of position. We have Trizzy round the outside, tries to come in, but Wolf's there. QWERTY's lost position on Lewis Such as well. They now come into, and Kieran runs a little bit wide there, and here comes Bucky down the inside on those softs. Has got a much better amount of traction compared to Kieran, and a lot more grip than him, as Bucky goes down the inside on Kieran there. QWERTY has lost P1, but I shouldn't think he'll be too worried because his counterpart Lewis is currently sat in P1. Pigs has lost 5 positions from the start. He is down in P10, so he has dropped from 5th to 10th. I really don't know what happened with Pigs' race. Oh dear, and there's a big off. And ABEEZ in the wall. And so was Hypes, I think, maybe? Or was it just It's just OG Plays and he may have collected Hypes, but Hypes kept going. Maybe that was what it was. But OG Plays is in trouble. He's had to change his front wing as well. Yes, he does. Anyway, moving on. Wolf's into turn 1. Trying to defend from Trizzy, but also having a look at the Alpine driver, which is F1ABEEZ QWERTY. Purple sector 1 for Wolf. QWERTY's really going to have to try and put that car in a good position here. As we see, the two McLarens are P5 and P6, and Bucky's all over the back of Dr. Devula. And he looks to me like he's letting him pass. Yes, he is. So he's going to let Bucky go on through. Oh, and there's a big problem in front for Wolf. Runs very wide there, and Trizzy almost licked up the inside. Lewis sets the fastest lap, then QWERTY, then Bucky. Apparently there will be no moves except from Hypes on DG Rocker. Hypes looks at the inside, they're both on the medium compound. DG leaves the room. But does Hypes? That was the question there. Did Hypes leave the room for DG there on the outside? Hypes has obviously lost 2 positions from the start. Let's see Trizzy now looking at Wolf. Around about 3 attempts in it, and QWERTY's really struggling to try and fend off Wolf. I think that's because of tyre differences. No, they're both on the softs. In fact, Trizzy is the only one that's on mediums in the top 5, and he's managing to keep up very, very well indeed with Wolf and QWERTY. And Wolf has got very little DRS as well. ERS, sorry. He is down to 11%, or 13% now. Sorry, should I say? Now down to 8. So he's just burning it, unless he's maybe forgot to turn it off, perhaps. He's burning that ERS there. And now Trizzy looks at maybe a switch, but it didn't quite work for him. Those softs will just have a bit more grip, but later on in the race he should be able to breeze past these soft runners, as he now has DRS on Wolf, but Wolf of course has it on him. The only person that doesn't have it is QWERTY, so either Lewis actually needs to slow down a little bit and try and pull QWERTY away from Wolf, because they're only going to gain on him now. 2 DRS zones back to back here in Hungary, of course, from the last turn. Oh, and QWERTY's lost it on the curb. That puts QWERTY right down. And Pace gets the 30-second time penalty. And now here comes Trizzy on the inside of Wolf, into the chicane. Lock up from Wolf. A lot of contact between the two of them, and Trizzy now loses out, and Bucky tries going down the inside of Wolf and loses out, spins away there, and Wolf now's all over the track. As Trizzy now tries to put more pressure on Wolf, who has no DRS now, less than 10%, hence why that rear light's flashing. Flashing within 4 laps, that's really not good at all! Was there any damage there to Trizzy's car? Wolf really didn't brake very well there. And now Trizzy's looking at the inside. Not going for him here, and now he's going to dive down the inside, and he gets that move done to perfection there. Just Trizzy on Wolf, and he also has the DRS, which means Dr. Devula is going to dive down the inside as well. And here comes Kieran, and is Hypes going to go as well? No, Hypes decided not to, and there's a big off, and that's Kieran into the wall, and that is that for Kieran's race. Is it? No, it's not. He's still okay. How has he hit that wall so squarely and not had any damage? That is incredible. A lot of snappy oversteer from Wolf here. I really don't know what happened to his setup, but it's not very good in terms of downforce, rear downforce, because he seems to be losing the back end a lot. I don't know, maybe it's lag perhaps, and it looks like he is, but he's not. But Hypes is all over the back of him here. and Wolf could be dropping right down now, and Wolf's going to let him past. Pipes now up into P4, searching down that McLaren as well now. It's probably the smart thing to do for Wolf, because he's the only one really in that area that's on the softs currently. Pigs now wants to have a go at Wolf. He'll have the DRS and the ERS bonus as well, because Wolf hasn't really got much of that. He's got about 16% and he's burning it to try and get away from Pigs. Is there a late dive from Pigs? No, there's not going to be a late dive from Pigs. Pigs decides to stay off, but will get the DRS again. There's not going to be any sort of move into turn 2 though. Although Pigs, Wolf goes very wide again. I don't know if he's got a little bit of damage perhaps. Both end plates are still there, so I really don't know what's going on there. But of course this is Pigs. Oh, running a little bit wide there. And now DG Rocker is all over the back of Pigs. Pigs has lost a bit of time to PR. BRT Wolf. And now DG Rocker. Oh, big snap of oversteer from Pigs there, and almost sending him off the track. Pigs is on the grass now. Hopes once again is all over the back of someone, and it's now the McLaren who's got a big snap there. He really does not like those, and there's two soft runners coming in. Those softs must have had it, because they're both pitting now, so they are the last of the soft runners, other than QWERTY, who stays out on the softs for a bit longer. Lewis seems to be having a fairly chill race up front, really. And there's a big crash somewhere, and it is Kieran. Has he still got his front wing? Yes, he has. He didn't hit the barrier, which is always good. That's on some fresh mediums there. It's fairly way off the field now. He almost, oh dear! And that is a big crash, and that is in the centre of the track, which is going to cause a safety car. That will be a safety car now. The safety car is coming out. So all those that have literally just pitted, BRC Wolf, Devula, must be shaking their heads right now, because Lewis has got about 4 seconds ahead of Trizzy here. And those medium runners are really not going to know what to do either. It's interesting now, because a set of hards would go to the end, but they're a horrible race tyre. It'd be interesting to see what the medium runners do in terms of the people that haven't stopped yet. Let's have a little look at who hasn't stopped yet. Penalties is not what we're looking for, it's stops. So basically the top 6 haven't stopped yet. And the top 6 are all on mediums, other than Lewis, who will be coming in. Let's see what his pit crew will have in possession right now. Trizzy's staying out, Hopes is staying out, Pigs is staying out, DG's staying out. So it's only going to be QWERTY who's going to get rid of these softs for a set of, what set is that? That is a medium set of tyres, so he's going to put a medium set on. So he is now on some fresh mediums, and he's actually going to come out in front of the McLaren, is he? Not quite, no. So Wolf and Devula gets ahead of QWERTY with this safety car. AGPlays comes into the pits. What is he going to put on that car? He is going to go on to a new set of mediums. Yes, it is a new set of mediums for AGPlays there. So that would mean about 28 laps, if my maths is not wrong. 20. No, that is wrong, Aaron. About 27 laps, 28 laps of racing still to go, and these boys have all gone on to a pretty much fresh off of set of mediums, except from the top 4. The top 4 are still on the mediums from the beginning of the race. Of course, they did not want a safety car at this stage, because now the group is all bunched up, and everyone is on a fresh set of mediums, other than those top 4. And of course, DG and Pigs also have the penalties as well. And now we see Trizzy leading this race in the Alfa Romeo. I've had a couple people go off, but yes, none have hit the wall yet. But there was one, and that was unfortunately Kieran 67, who did end up hitting the wall at the beginning of sector 3 there. Trying to get some heat into those tyres. There's Trizzy there down the main straight, comfortable with his steering and his grip because he's nearly flat out down the straight, weaving there, so must be very comfortable setting that out for Romeo right now. Everyone is here other than AG-Plays, but he will definitely catch up before the end of this this lap of safety car. So he will be in amongst it for the restart. I don't see anyone burning fuel though. Maybe Lewis is a little bit, but I suppose it is a little bit early to be thinking about fuel load at this stage. Maybe if there was a safety car halfway through the race you might be thinking about it, but for now definitely not on their minds in case they run it down a bit too low. Maybe it's a bit too early to predict how much fuel they need, but AG-Plays has now caught up to the back of the McLaren in Bucky, so he will be here for the restart. So I'd imagine we'll get a call now for the safety car to come in. Maybe? Yes, here it is. Always happens around the end of sector 2, beginning of sector 3. So the safety car is coming in there, and Trizzy has to now set the pace with an eager Hypes behind him. Of course, Pigs as well is in amongst it. We're going to look at when does Trizzy pull that trigger. Can't be too soon because the safety car still hasn't got into the pits. And Trizzy's gone now, and Hypes has not really kept up with him very well. And here comes DG Rocker on Pigs. Is he going to make a move down into turn 1? He's going to try for the late braking. He doesn't manage to do it just as what he wanted to, does DG Rocker there. And Pigs stays ahead with some fair racing there. I don't think there's any real position changes from the start. Bucky gets a place on QWERTY though. And here comes Wolf on the inside of Lewis. Both McLarens have lost out now. They were P5 and 6 and they are now 7 and 8. And Wolf is really looking aggressive now. Oh, there we go, he's back behind the Ferrari. And here he comes on DG Rocker with the ERS advantage. Dives down the inside, just enough room left. They are side by side still. Oh, and there we go. DG looked to try and make the inside, and that's DG out. DG has had a big crash into the barriers, and the safety car is going to have to come out again. But unfortunately for Trizzy, Hypes and Pigs, who are all now on 10-lap-old mediums, they couldn't get into the pit lane before that incident happened, so they're going to have to stay out a bit longer. Not at all ideal for those that are on those mediums. QWERTY, how many sets of tyres have you got, mate? No, he clearly on an early front wing, so there's clearly a bit of contact there along the lines. He now comes out in stump last in P9, and AG-Plays has slowed up a little bit as well. No one's decided to box. Everyone's staying out until they can get that incident with Easy Rocker cleared. It should be safety car in now. They got that sector more to go. Safety car is in this lap, and Trizzy's got to do it all over again. Trizzy's now got to set the pace for the whole of the field. That looks like he might be on controller, ladies and gentlemen, just from how quickly the lock goes from left to right, left to right. That's almost like a quick flick of the thumbstick there. Hypes, I believe, is on wheel. Oh, and it's a very late pull of the trigger from Trizzy, and Lewis has already passed Pigs as they go into turn one. Oh, and the Mercedes touch. Didn't make enough contact. I don't think they did. Pigs manages to get the place back. Wolf dives down the inside. And Pigs almost loses it there in the battle with him and BRT Wolf. Dr. Devil has crashed now as well. Is that a safety car again? No safety car for that incident. I don't know whether that was just a retirement or not, but BRT Wolf is now all over the back of Hypes. And OG is all over the back of Bucky as well. We get a better exit. Oh, and Bucky goes for the move on Lewis. And he gets it, and so does OG gets a move done on Lewis there. Heights gets a 3-second penalty for multiple warnings, which could be a major issue towards the end of the race. And BRT Wolf gets one as well. So they're both on 3-second penalties now. Wolf's pace has looked very, very strong though, I will say. DRS has now been enabled after the safety car restart. Hypes is keeping up with Trizzy very well indeed, and then Wolf's keeping up with Hypes as well, so it's hard to tell, very hard to tell at this stage who will go on to win this. Coming through the chicane, and there's now not a lot of time between P1, P2 and P3 at all. BRT Wolf still very close to Hypes, and he's on newer mediums as well. Pigs makes the move on Bucky into turn 1. Bucky's going to look at a move now, and he almost spins the Mercedes driver out, hits the wall. Luckily the Mercedes driver wasn't affected there by that very, very late lunge from the McLaren. He does look to be struggling now, and the only real battle now is between P1, P2 and P3, and of course Pigs and OG plays in P4 and 5. Lewis and Coyote have got to try and work together to try and minimise that gap to them and the rest of the field. Here comes Hypes. Is he going to make the move on Trizzy now into turn 3? No, he's not. He's just a little bit too far behind. Of course, Trizzy doesn't get any DRS at all, so he's got to try and lead this race and keep the pace up. There could definitely be a move here on for Hypes on Trizzy. Of course, both esports drivers in their own rights, both for F1ABEEZ actually, but Trizzy gets a great exit, uses the ERS to try and get away from Hypes, but Hypes has, as you can see, got nearly double the amount of ERS there. But of course, maybe it's time for Hypes to come in. Well, it's time for both of these drivers to come in, to be honest, which would leave Wolf out there alone to then go on to a set of softs. So let me try again. Wolf might even stay out for the rest of the race here. I'm not too sure. He has stopped, but it would be a real push to try and get to the end. He's of course used all of his ERS, so he's not got a lot left at all. Whereas Hypes has got nearly 92%. Is there a move here on for Hypes or not? There is a crash though, and it is QWERTY. Has he put that? Yes, he has. Oh dear me. He has put that smack bang in the middle of that track there. Look. Oh dear me. The wheels come off of QWERTY's car, and that is the end for the Alpine driver. So that's another safety car. Hypes, but everyone boxes. Absolutely everyone. Hypes goes onto a new set of softs and comes out. Trizzy comes onto a new set of softs and also goes out. Hypes, of course, stays ahead of Wolf, just about. Wolf actually goes onto a set of mediums, which would last to the end of this race. 10. These boys up front would have to do around about 16 laps on these softs, but of course there could be a couple of laps of safety car under safety car conditions, which would mean they would lose a couple of laps, so maybe 12 or 13 laps on these softs for these soft runners now. So Hypes, Pigs and Trizzy. Could get very interesting before the end of the race. Can Bucky get back up with the rest of the field before the end of Sector 2? The answer to that, I think, is going to be no. It's not going to be a safety car in this lap, it's going to be next lap, which benefits the soft runners, of course, because they do not want that safety car in just yet. So they have now got another lap benefit. Couple of people burning excess fuel, Pigs being one of them, Wolf being another one, of course. Wolf really burning some fuel here. Might be getting that engine a little bit hot though. Not that that'll matter too much, I don't think, but tells OG Plays to pit. It's got their little blue light there, as well as Pigs. I don't know if that's because of the normal strategy they were on. It would have been around about now for them to pit, but I do not know. Anyway, safety car is in this lap, so we could have a very interesting battle. Trizzy setting the pace for the third time. Trizzy went very, very, very late last time. He went sort of around this point the time before. Is he going to go anytime soon? No, he's not. Yes, he is going to go now. And DRT Wolf looks to be gaining already on Hypes, is he? The slipstream's definitely working. And there's some moves at the back. No, there's not any moves at the back. I thought there would be at this point, but there's not. Pigs almost goes into the back of OG Plays. Some late braking there. Wolf runs wide. Here comes OG Plays. And Pigs looks at a move, but it's quite a dangerous move around this corner, so he backs out of that one. Of course, on those softs, looks at a switch back now maybe. Is that going to work for him? Ooh, maybe not. Ooh, and there's a big late break from OG Plays there. Almost makes Pig go into the back of him once more. Pigs, of course, on those softs, fresh softs as well, by the way. He's got a lot more grip than OG Plays, and OG Plays hits the wall. Manages to keep himself from DNFing though. He's still running. Hypes has got a good, solid gap now to Wolf, who's in P3. And they are all on penalties, of course, so Lewis just basically needs to stay with them. There is a yellow in sector 3, and that is, I think, OG Plays, who has hit the wall. Right on pit entry there, I think. 5 seconds for speeding in the pit lane for OG Plays. He has now retired. So there's now only 6 runners left now. Some very strong points could be scored here for anyone that basically finishes. Pigs in a very good position to take 3rd place from Wolf here. Wolf gets another 3-second penalty for track limits. Pig sends one very deep on Wolf. Gets the earlier throttle on there, but DRS has now been enabled, of course. Wolf trying to get some temperature into those tyres maybe on that Haas. And now here, Pig should be able to get really up close and personal with Wolf now with DRS advantage. Or did he not open it? Maybe he couldn't have opened it just there. It could well be next lap. One Pigs runs wide. The host is well up with Trizzy now. Both are on the new softs. Hopes is really gaining on Trizzy. Trizzy looks to be not taking the line that he would normally take into corner entrances here. Hopes is actually slower than normal. 5 tenths slower than his fastest lap time. Can Hopes get him on the straight now with DRS? And Pigs is very up close and personal with Wolf as well. The Mercedes boys could be in with a big chance here. Pigs is less than 2 tenths. It's now up to 4 tenths actually. But with DRS advantage, he should make a move into turn 1. And Hopes is going to make a move down the inside of Trizzy. And Pigs also makes the exact same move, identical there from the boys in the Mercedes car. And he also still gets the DRS because the move was timed so perfectly that he was still behind Wolf at that DRS detection zone. About 2/3 of the way down that straight. Trizzy gets a 3-second as well now, so it's pretty much all equal up the top there, other than BRT Wolf, who of course will drop right back down to the to 6th place with that 6-second penalty. Don't know in terms of warnings of what the others are on, but for now, Wolf will be dropping right back down to P6. P4 would probably go to Lewis at this stage. There's about a second in it between Lewis and Bucky, and second in it between Lewis and Wolf as well. So Trizzy now trying to keep up with Hopes. Of course, he's on the identical set of tyres as Hopes is, exactly the same age, exactly the same compound. So he just needs to use this DRS now, try and get in with a sniff of Hopes for the second DRS going into turn 2. DRS is definitely using a lot of giving him a lot of forward speed there on Hypes. He's still around about 0.6 temps, 6 temps away from Hypes. I read 0.6, it was 0.6 seconds away from Hypes there. But Pigs is now around about 4-5 seconds away from Trizzy as well. I think they're on the same compound as her. Yes, they are. They all pitted at the same time. So now Pigs really needs to get some pace going now, because Wolf's still with him. He is still there, which could cause a problem for Pigs, piling the pressure on. Of course, Wolf has of course got the 6 seconds. And he's now got no DRS as well. No doubt Hypes has got plenty. Yeah, he's got 62%. Hypes is a real warrior for conserving his ERS throughout a whole race. Of course, you're allowed to use 50% of it in one lap, so it can very easily be gotten rid of, so to speak. Hypes has got a nice watch on now on his left hand now, I notice. I don't know if that's for every driver or not, but Hypes has definitely got a nice one on there. No, there's not one on Trizzy. See, next time he turns around this left hand corner, look, you look at his left arm. There's a watch there, just inside the telemetry screen. Never noticed that in game before. Get rid of that telemetry screen, you'll see it. After this left-hander, there is a right. You see it there now? That might be stitched in the suit, actually. Has Pigs got one? Yes, he has. It's stitched into the suit. I've never noticed that before. On the Mercedes. Oh, and Pigs gets a 3 second, which means him and BRT Wolf will basically be equal in terms of seconds worth of penalties. So it's very much on for Wolf now. Which is not good for Pigs, because of course he's still on those 6-lap-old softs. Which is not at all what he wanted. He wanted to maybe have a 3-second lead on Wolf, but that's not the case now, as Wolf now has DRS as well. And Trizzy almost had the move done on Hypes there. And here we go, Trizzy could make a move here now, and BRT Wolf is very close behind the Mercedes. And here is the DRS advantage for Wolf now. Oh, and there's a lot of contact between the two of them. As Wolf now looks at the inside. And Wolf gets ahead. We stick with Trizzy and Hypes, who are now very close to each other. here comes Trizzy. Does he? No, not yet. May or may not have just jeopardised his exit of turn 1. Yes, he has a little bit. Hypes has gained on him there. And Pigs gets ahead of BRT Wolf. BRT Wolf looks at the inside and a big snap of oversteer. They're both struggling for ARS now. Both on around about the same. And with them battling, it has pulled Lewis Such in a great position now. To really get up to P, possibly 3 here. Because there's not a lot of time between any of these 3. So Lewis could be on for a last ditch podium. Of course these guys have both got 6-second penalties, I believe, so yes they do. BRT Wolf may have run a little bit wide there again. Is Trizzy in fighting range of Hypes now? Could well be, you know. But of course Hypes does get on the gas a lot quicker than Trizzy because of the distinct lack of not being in front of him. Trizzy doesn't get that opportunity. But Trizzy now looks at turn 1, matching lines with Hypes. Doesn't get on the gas as quick though. And Hypes is now gaining once again. And now Trizzy looks, can he keep up with him? Yes he can. He definitely can. He gets a better line than Hypes there, ever so slightly. Hypes just leaving it a little bit later for the switch to the left. A lot less braking from Trizzy than Hypes. Ooh, it's very, very close between these two. This could go right down to the wire here. And Wolf's pushing Pigs around corners now. Maybe those softs starting to go off a little bit here. And BRT Wolf looks at a fake move, but decides obviously to not make it. It was a bit of a late lunge if he was to make it. Maybe to try and put Pigs off and mess his line up, but Pig stays true and stays on the line that he desires. Is that Bucky slowly catching up? Yes it is. So Bucky could actually get a P... Oh, never mind. Sorry Bucky, I have completely cursed you there. There's around about 5 laps to go now. Right, this will be the 4th lap now. Four laps to go. And Trizzy just can't seem to get in sniffing distance of Hypes' rear wing. It's just, he just needs another like 100 metres worth of straight, maybe 200 at a push, just to try and get that move started. And BRT Wolf gets ahead of Pigs, and Pigs. Oh, and there's a double lock up there for. Oh, and Lewis spins. Oh dear me. There's a DNF for Bucky, and that could be a safety car. Oh no, he didn't finish, but he's still driving, so I don't know what's going on there. No safety car will happen, as Bucky is still. It was left a session. I don't know what's happened there. Maybe he got too many penalties. He wouldn't have got too many penalties because he only had 3. But Lewis has lost a lot of time now. Maybe pushing a little bit too much. There was a massive double lockup for Wolf as he went into turn 1. Forced himself very wide. Almost did a Hamilton at. Oh, and Pigs has got a 9-second now. That's really not good for Pigs. But Wolf's really aggressive driving from Wolf here. And has Trizzy got enough time to catch up with Hypes? No, I don't think he does. Hypes is really burning some ERS now. No, he's not. He's still got 70% with 3 laps to go. Well, fair enough, Hypes. You know. And here comes Wolf now. This could be an interesting battle between these two. They don't like each other, I don't think. And Pigs tries going late around it. Oh. Wolf really didn't leave much room there for Pigs. On the exit of turn 1. Forced him off the track nearly. And Trizzy has now lost about 8 tenths now of Hypes. They're both on the same type of tyre, and they're the exact same lap old, but I think Hypes just knows how to look after these tyres and try and just make sure he can last till the end of the race. Hypes is of course his main team for F1ABEEZ, and Trizzy is in the academy, a very, very promising driver. Maybe Hypes has just done a few more laps on some old softs than Trizzy and knows how to manage them at corner exit and stuff like that. Of course, Hypes is in the lead, you know. Trizzy's trying to catch him, so he's bound to try and get on the gas earlier at corner exit, which causes the rears to just disintegrate under their own weight, really. Whilst BRT Wolf is now miles away from a P2 spot. But he's on the mediums, of course, so he will still have a bit more grip still than P1 and P2. Of course, Pigs has now lost out in terms of P3 because those softs just didn't quite work for him, I don't think. And BRT Wolf gets a 9-second as well. So if Pigs had stayed with him, he could have stayed in it. But there's a big crash. Oh no, and it's Trizzy! And he's gone off. And now BRT Wolf gets past him. Those softs just got going there for Trizzy. And Pigs now gets alongside him and gets ahead. Of course, Trizzy just needs to stay ahead now. Of course, he loses a place to Lewis Such as well. But has he lost a front wing? No, I don't think he has. He's lost an M plate. And he's boxing, is he? He is boxing. He's going to box on the second to last lap. Is Trizzy boxing to retire here? I don't think so. And Lewis gets the move done on Pigs. No, Trizzy's going to come back out. Lewis gets the move done on Pigs, so he will get P3. And there's only 3 seconds between Lewis and BRT Wolf here, so Lewis could be a late dash for P2 now. Race control, Pigs gets another 3 seconds for multiple warnings. So Pigs gets P4. But looks to me like Trizzy probably should try to stay out maybe, but he's on obviously a new front wing. But Hypes has just done so well on those tyres. Just not getting on the gas too early at corner exit so that he doesn't wear them out too quickly. Managed them very, very well as Hypes. And this will be his final lap of the race. As you see now, Trizzy coming to make his final lap of this race. Of course, what in terms of tyres is everyone on? 15 lap holds for Pigs and 15 lap holds for Hypes. It's a tough call for these guys, of course, because the safety car happened just in the wrong times for him, really. And Pigs gets another 3 seconds, so that's up to 15 seconds now for Pigs. Really struggling to keep that car in track limits with those softs on. Pigs, of course, is another one of the esports drivers in the academy. And that is it. Hypes gets P1. P2 goes to Lewis Such by the looks of things. Yes, it is. It will go to Lewis Such. Lewis Such gets P2. P3 goes to BRT Wolf. Pigs gets P4 and Trizzy unfortunately will get P5. Very unlucky from him. Looking at a P2 finish for him, unfortunately it didn't quite work out for him. He spins on those softs, I believe that he was on, and didn't manage to stay in the podium places. But a great race. Some very interesting driving. Some very interesting strategies as well, may I add. Again, QWERTY's great pole lap that unfortunately he didn't manage to profit from. But as we see now, Hypes comes out in his Mercedes AMG Petronas suit to take P1. So that is the end of the Hungarian Grand Prix for Tier 1. Tier 2 and Tier 3 will be tomorrow. Tier 4 is on Sunday. And then Tier Mixed is on Monday. There is no Formula 2 this week because there is a break. So no one has to worry about Formula 2 this week, unfortunately. So there is a break after Austria, but that will be returning on the 19th of April, round 8 at Belgium. But in terms of Formula 1, your next race will be, two races will be tomorrow, that being Tier 3 and Tier 2. So be sure to check that out. I'll get a quick picture for Sammy in case he cannot do that. But in terms of for tonight, that is the end of the coverage of F1ABEEZ League Racing. Thank you all for watching. It's been Azza as always. Thank you and goodbye.